just realized I've built walls a mile high to protect my heart, but now I'm all alone, stuck on the inside. The heart doesn't need a castle, it needs a bridge. Been too scared that I unravel, brick by brick. I built these walls, now I know that I am strong. Just watch me tear them down. I'm gonna tear them down. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? Just watch me march towards the battle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle.
I'm gonna tear down this castle.
Watch me march. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to 5280. I got a fun one today. We're going down to Denver, and we're going to spend the night down there. We're going to have some fun events. We're going to go see MonsterJam. So excited. I've never been. It's going to be the first time I go. I'm like a 10-year-old. And then Megan has a really fun dinner planned for us, a little romantic one. And then we're going to stay the night down in Denver, so we'll probably go do something in 16th Street Mall or something like that. And I'm excited. Before we kick this off, we do a driving montage down to Denver. Let's talk about today's sponsor. Oh yeah, nobody. Great. Apparently, door pocket's a trash can. It's difficult one-handed.
I'm gonna tear down this castle.
Watch me march. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love?
Zone.com. When scoring, you want to factor in speed. You see him climbing out of his truck to say hello to you wonderful fans. That was a lot of revolutions here in this donut competition. When scoring, you want to factor in speed, control, number of revolutions, and of course, that wow factor. You saw Brandon tearing it up out here for donuts just for you fans. Take a look at that replay.
I see you up top, let's go! Wow, nice, this is a good one. Heck yeah! Yeah!
Incredible skills here out of these riders. Now, they do want me to tell you,
from Phoenix, Arizona, it's Billy Wilson. His best trick. Legs in the air, don't. So right now, he's going to give us his best trick. Here we go. But they were giving up, we're trying anyway. Let's let hear it.
Was so sketchy.
Yeah.
I think he did like saying something to us. Okay. Pretty cute.
This is nice.
It's very modern. See what I mean? Like the hotel's old, but it's like updated though. I wouldn't mind going down and check out that building too. Probably it'd be kind of fun when we get back from dinner.
Well, at least we got a balcony to the ghetto.
Cause if there's one thing you should down there, there's another little hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto. In the ghetto.
Dimmer, what do you expect?
In the ghetto.
We're not in the ghetto. Not in Fort Collins. Let's look outside though. There's probably one.
Nope. Just unlock is up there.
Yeah, babe, it's unlocked. So I'm curious where, so everything else, like, where we stayed for, like, Kyle's wedding, that's all up there, right?
Nope.
Where's that at?
Downtown, which is that way.
Isn't this downtown?
Yes, but like downtown is that way because we were not that far from the Hyatt. And we were literally a block off of 16th Street Mall.
Well, the Hyatt's right there, so.
Well, yeah. Hyatt's, yeah, right where we're at. What is that? Like, is it like an apartment with a villa?
What?
Look at that. Look at the staircase in it. Copycats. Oh yeah, they're there.
We should just see what time they're opening though.
We got a kid in a candy store. I bet you it says it on the front door.
4 hours. Sorry, you're open until 10.
10?
So we can come back after dinner.
Okay, let's do that. You remember in New York when we got lost?
Yeah.
Then I had to take over directions on your phone? I feel like deja vu. Look at that, babe. We can go to Ross. Across the street and then hang a right. Ooh. It's like an Italian diner. Ooh. Twosies or singles? Big Denver sign and then snowflakes above us. You want to talk about dinner or you want me to? We'll do it in the car. All right, it's a little bit later, and I want to kind of go over everything that happened on the weekend. Some of the events that transpired that you guys didn't see, either because it happened so suddenly and I just didn't have anything to film on my hand, or it was like, wow, this is like an afterthought of, I should have filmed that. So, starting off with the, after we leave MonsterJam and we get to the hotel, we check in, we get in the elevator and we go up to our room, which starts off with me accidentally hitting the basement button. Anyways, go up to our room, we get in there, we look around real quick, we're like, oh yeah, this looks nice, go out to the balcony, which you guys saw, and anyways, Megan changes and I change, and we get ready to go to dinner. So go back downstairs and step outside, and within like 20 seconds of us stepping outside the door of the hotel, we hear a loud crash. I don't know who it was or what they were thinking, but they were trying to park a car in a spot that would barely fit their car, let alone trying to parallel park it into that spot. And they just backed straight into this Nissan Pathfinder, which is an older one, but it was in good shape. Not after that. So we go over to the parking garage, and you can't get in this parking garage as a pedestrian, at least not easily. It's not attached to the hotel. There's an alley between it, which is quite frustrating. And so there's an office building on the other side of the parking garage. Well, you have to go into the office building, go through their lobby and through the building to get to the lobby for the parking garage. So you can take the elevator up or down to whatever floor you're at. So the frustrating thing is when it's after hours and that office building is technically closed, there is a doorbell and you got to page the security guard. We get down to 16th Street Mall, we park in the pavilion in the parking garage, and we come up, we go and we walk around the pavilion, we go to a reservation for dinner. We get there, we walk into it, and we're excited because we actually saw this place for Megan's brother's wedding. We're sitting in his hotel room, and we could see it through the window. When we sat down, we were kind of getting the vibe that it might not be what we were expecting. So we sit down, we look at the menu, and it's like they're missing 2/3 of their menu. And we look online, and we're like, okay, it shows all this stuff. The menu that's in front of us doesn't show this. So we asked the waitress, and we're like, hey, this is kind of what we were expecting, and this is what we see. Is there more to the menu that we're not seeing? And she's like, no, that's what we have. And we're like, well, I thought you guys sold pizza. And she's like, we do, but our pizza oven is down today, and I just found out about it. And I'm like, okay. Well, that was probably about the only thing I was going to eat on the menu, because everything was like, they had like a couple of good things like pasta with prosciutto and stuff in it. And I'm like, I don't like prosciutto. It's disgusting. Get an appetizer, which I can't remember what the name of it is. I think it's like bravata, something like that. Or that just might be a Buick. I don't know. So we get that, and we spend like $40 on an appetite and a glass of wine, which is ridiculous. We leave, whatever. At this point, Megan's frustrated because, you know, it didn't go as planned. And she was like really excited about it, really excited for me to enjoy it. And, you know, it just wasn't like what we were expecting. We get to Marcelli's, and it's an Italian restaurant. It's in the pavilion. We get in line, and we stand in line for 10 minutes. And we slowly inch our way up. And we get to the desk, and it's like, oh, it's going to be an hour and a half wait. And I'm like, all right. It's like, or there is first come, first serve seating for the, or I guess open seating is what they called it. Open seating for the bar area. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, they have like 10 tables in the bar area. So we saw one literally right next to us, jumped at it, and we sat there. We order our food, and we do this menu or a meal for, it's basically, it's for 2 to share. So it gives you an appetizer, 2 entrees, and a dessert, which was really good. We order, and she comes back probably about 5-10 minutes later to ask me what my order was again. Now, understand it, she's the only one in this section. There's like 10 tables, and most of them are 2 toppers, if not more. But needless to say, you know, she forgot my order, which is totally understandable, and I wasn't mad at it. I was actually impressed at how well she was managing everything in her section. So I give her my order again. She goes back. Well, our food comes out about 10 minutes later, and Megan's food was wrong. They brought out a lasagna to her, and I had no idea. I don't remember what she ordered, but it was definitely not lasagna. It was some kind of other pasta dish. And then I bet she would have ate the lasagna. It was probably amazing, but we sent it back, and the waitress comes out, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. I really am. And we're like, oh, don't worry about it. It's no biggie. And she was like, well, you want me to get you more bread or something like that? We're like, no, we're fine. So she brings her food out, comes back, and she's like, all right, this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to give you guys another dessert. Keep in mind, our meal comes with a dessert already. So she gives us another dessert on top of the tiramisu that we got, and we take it back to the hotel. And we're going upstairs, and you know, we're like, oh yeah, there's a rooftop pool and a hot tub. Let's go check that out. So we go up there, we go check it out, and then we start looking around, and we're like, okay, where's the hot tub at? There's no hot tub. Like, it clearly says in the in their description, or you know, advertised, they have a hot tub. Nope, they have a heated pool. So we're thinking, okay, well, maybe the heated pool has a warm enough temperature to, you know, to be comfortable in. So we put our feet in to test it. It's like lukewarm. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess we'll go downstairs, we'll watch Netflix, and we'll relax. Whatever. This is where it gets interesting. We're starting to like unwind for the night, and we're getting kind of comfortable, and we're, you know, changing in her pajamas and stuff like that. And she goes to use the restroom to change, and you know, she notices that the toilet's not secure, and it's all rickety, and you know, it rocks on the floor. Not supposed to do that. They're supposed to be tight down so it seals, and it was not. So that was one thing. The other thing, other three things. She noticed there was pee stains on the seat. Also noticed that there's pee stains on the floor right in front of the toilet. Okay, so we're starting to think maybe this isn't clean. She goes and washes her hands. There's a black hair in the sink, a little bit shorter than mine, in the sink. Okay, definitely bathroom was not clean. And that kind of goes for, you know, how the rest of the room is maintained. Well, you can say the rest of the room followed pretty soon with that. She starts telling me about it, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting ready. And I'm like, well, you know, as she's talking to me, I move this throw pillow. I pull the sheets back. There's a matching black hair that was in the sink in the bed. That was the last straw. But that was not the icing on the cake. Megan's still sitting on this bench, and there's a throw pillow right next to her, and she knocks it off, and I get a close look at that bench, and my eyes open wide, and I immediately get disgusted. There's questionable stains on this bench, and I don't want to go into detail what it is, but most of you can probably figure out what it was. I don't know. I've never been in a hotel that disgusted. So we call, they tell us, sorry, there's nothing we can do since you guys got this through Groupon. We're like, okay, that's understandable. You know, we're frustrated at the hotel because of the cleanliness of it. Whatever. We try to get a hold of Groupon. It's late Saturday night. Can't get a hold of them. We're on our way back, and I pull the car out of the garage, out of the parking garage again. Go around through the office building to go get the car. And I pull out of there, and it's 8:45. So we get home around 10. And she's trying to figure it out with Groupon. She's live chat. And never mind the fact that live chats I'm not a big fan of. The reason being is that the first person she was live chatting with just stopped. Just halfway through it, just flat out stopped. Don't know what happened with that. And so she had to start the chat over again. So we're about halfway home, and remember that cake we got as an extra dessert? Yeah, we left it in the mini fridge in the hotel room. It was a very bizarre weekend. God, I wish I got more footage of it, of all the bizarre stuff that was happening, or I talked about it, but it was so hard to talk about at the time because it was such a train wreck of things that happened. And I will say the highlight of that weekend is the fact that we're gonna have some fun stories to tell our kids or tell anybody. I'm gonna end it off here, guys. Just a weird weekend that happened all over. And do I regret any of it? No. It was still a lot of fun. Love In-N-Out. I love going to MonsterJam. That was the first time I've ever been, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, with the hotel and dinner and all how that turned into a fiasco, it's whatever. I mean, sometimes you got to look at these things and just laugh, because in the end, sometimes stuff is out of your control, and you can be rude and unpleasant to everybody about it, but you're not making anything better. And sometimes being very respectful and being polite, sometimes that gets you a lot farther than being rude and absurd and obnoxious. Just something to think about. But until next time, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you later. Well, at least we got a balcony to the ghetto. In the ghetto.